So, is there an absolute notion of what is right and what is wrong?
The question is there an absolute notion of right and wrong? All rights and wrongs, everything in the universe exists for you. So all rightness is with respect to you, all wrongness is with respect to you. This is a bit delicate. You'll need to be attentive. You are someone who is not all right. That's our fundamental condition. That's what makes us move. Otherwise, no one would desire change or betterment. We are entities, unfulfilled, dissatisfied, therefore not all right. Is that not true? Both at the physical and the mental level, we are never okay. Sometimes we feel okay, only in a relative sense. I had a headache in the morning, I no more have the headache, so I'm feeling okay. It's only relative to my condition in the morning. Perfectly, we are never okay. Perfection has a unitary characteristic. It cannot change. Had you been perfectly okay, you would have never lapsed into imperfection again. But we do that, right? Even when you say, oh, all is well for me, life is great. Something happens the next hour and we start feeling miserable. So who are we? We are imperfect entities striving for perfection. That's the definition of the human being. That's the central characteristic of the human consciousness. It is unfulfilled and seeks fulfillment. It is incomplete and is constantly trying for completion. If that's who we are, what's right and what's wrong? We have defined the one we are. Now tell me what is right and what is wrong. If I am, by definition, a dissatisfied entity, what is right? What is right? What is right? Obviously. That which will lead me towards satisfaction is right. That which will lead me towards perfection and contentment is right. And that which will further aggravate my diseased condition is wrong. The thing does not stop here. We said the matter is delicate. Now, if I am by definition, if I am by definition imperfect and I want perfection, so what happens then to the I as I move towards perfection? I equals imperfection, right? However, this I desires perfection. So as the I moves towards perfection as a result of its desire, what happens to the I? It keeps reducing. The bigger the imperfection, the bigger the I. That's what is called as the ego. The more imperfect you are, the bigger is the ego. The more perfect you become, the same I that wanted perfection starts reducing. Now the I does not like that. I wanted perfection for itself. I want to be perfect. Now, as it is nearing perfection, I is getting smaller and smaller. Now, who will be then left to experience perfection? So, the I starts resisting perfection. And perfection is what it wanted. But as it gets closer to perfection, it reduces and it does not like its reduction. Because reduction is like death. It says, what is the benefit in achieving such a perfection? Perfection will be there. I will not be there. Who will take benefit of perfection then? Who will claim to be perfect then? So the right thing is that which reduces you. That's why the right thing is so difficult to do. When I said the right thing is that which takes you towards satisfaction, many of you might have felt great because we feel satisfied with all kinds of awful things. If you do a secret poll asking people what is it that satisfies you, you will get the kind of list you will not want to read, let alone show someone or publish somewhere. All kinds of funny and debauched things satisfy us, do they not? Huh? So this disclaimer has to be added. Where there is real satisfaction, you will feel threatened and reduced. That is the litmus test. If you are feeling satisfied without feeling threatened, then your satisfaction is a problem. It is dangerous. Wake up. Wherever in life there would be something real, it will make you very, very afraid. The right thing is always a very fearful thing. It horrifies you. Are you getting it? As a corollary, the wrong thing is very attractive. Why? Because it consolidates and fattens the I. Now you know why people have to be encouraged and inspired to do the right thing, but they do the wrong things on their own. Have you ever motivated someone to do all kinds of rubbish? No, that requires no motivation. But to do the right thing, someone has to constantly push you, constantly push you. Teachers, saints, seers, scriptures, they all have been trying so hard. And yet it is so difficult to do the right thing. The wrong thing, it exists and sits within us. No effort is required to do the wrong thing. It is almost natural. In fact, most of that which we call as natural is the wrong thing. The right thing does not come naturally to you. Whatsoever comes naturally to you is most probably wrong. So never use the word natural to defend some rubbish that you are getting into. For example, at your age, love is natural. Now that kind of love is extremely problematic. It destroys your life. The natural kind of love. Falling in love at the first sight, falling in love with looks, or not knowing why you have fallen in love at all. Somebody asks you, what is so worthy of love there in that person? And you say, I do not know. Love is an inexplicable feeling. That's what all the shires have told us. You are trying very hard to enter hell. Kindly avoid. By nature, I mean physical, biological nature. Stuff that happens just biologically to you is stuff that's coming from the jungle. Because that's where our biology comes from. The right thing is a product of deep thinking, courage, discipline, and true love. The wrong thing is a result of waywardness, forgetfulness, and our natural tendencies. However, the right thing, howsoever difficult and threatening it is, brings with itself that one thing we just talked of. What? If you do the right thing, what is it that you get? Joy. It's a very expensive joy. It's like the joy a fighter gets bathed in his own blood. A tremendous battle has been fought, a worthy battle has been fought. And now there is just blood that I can see, my own blood. my own blood. No part of my body has been left unwounded. There are cuts all over. And yet there is a joy in my heart that no commoner can ever experience. That's what we are born for. That kind of joy. Not the kind of pleasure that you get relaxing in some comfortable bed in a 7-star mansion. That's cheap pleasure. However expensive that hotel is, that pleasure is cheap. You getting it? So be very careful. Life is very short. Today you are sitting here. Just yesterday I was sitting there. Euphemistically, not yesterday really. And I do not know where my last 24 years have gone. One day you will find you have grey hair. And you are thinking of life insurance. Not that I do. Just time flies. Do not therefore waste it. It is anyway flying away. It will take you no time to turn 40, then 60, and then be at the cremation ground. Death is not as far away as it seems. Be very, very particular about your life, your time, your decisions.